Okay, so we're talking about the 20 mistakes that most business owners make. Now, this one's crucial because we do this all the time. We ignore the data, right? We see something's not working properly, but we're like, if we stick to it, it'll continue to work, right? Like it'll work no matter what. Well, sometimes that's not the case. If the data exists and it stays there and it's not just there for a temporary reason, right? If you're not closing sales over and over and over because of the same objection, if you don't make the change into the product or how you're overcoming that objection, well, then it's a continue to be a problem, okay? If you continue to post videos and they're not being seen, well, then you got to change the time or the day or the title or the thumbnail, right? The data's there, the analytics are there. If you're posting to your social media and you're not getting any feedback, well, maybe that's because you don't have actual people looking at your Facebook page, right? They're not paying attention. Maybe there was such a long time that you weren't giving good value that they stopped paying attention, or maybe all of a sudden the algorithms changed and now they're not seeing your stuff. And you got to figure that out, right? You got to figure out what's the data that will help me. When you send out emails, you're like, man, nobody's opened my emails. I have a 3% open rate. Oh, it must just be what it is. Well, I don't know. Let's look it up. Let's look at the data. What is the average return for email openings? And maybe tweak it. Is it your headline? Is it that it's too long, right? Let's look at the data and let's make tweaks. Let's make a pivot. Let's make a change. We don't need to stick to something until we die, right? We need to make pivots. We need to make changes. We need to look at the data. So make sure if there's any data or analytics out there for you to evaluate, you're evaluating it at least twice a year, minimum. So if you haven't looked at your data, do it right now. Turn off this video and go look at the data. I'm not that important. Your data is.